Overnight, as you heard from Maria and Antonio, we received news that Dr. Cecile Holberg, who was our keynote speaker, will unfortunately not be able to join us. Her father was taken ill in hospital, and so our thoughts are with her and her family. We have a special connection with Dr. Holberg as our students, in the same way we're working with Paolo D'Agostino with the Bargello Museums. Our students are doing projects in the Galleria dell'Accademia, and Cecile Holberg has been incredibly generous to allow our students to explore different projects contributing back towards the museum. We're calling it SACI MX, the museum experience. So with very, very short notice, I am very pleased to say, however, that Dr. Mary Beckinsale has agreed to be our keynote speaker. And for many of you, Mary needs no introduction, but I would like to take a few minutes to introduce her. As the former dean of SACI and then president, Mary took SACI from a well-known study abroad program in Italy to a prestigious college of art, today recognized as one of the premier institutions for studying art here in Florence. Mary is an internationally recognized educator and art historian who received her degree in art history from Cambridge University and a master's degree in philosophy from the Warburg Institute in London. For our graduates, you would appreciate knowing that Mary studied with some of the greatest intellectuals of art history and philosophy, including Michael Jaffe, Ernst Gombrich, Michael Baxendal, and Otto Kutz. I also have a connection there because when I was about your age, I could honestly say that Ernst Gombrich changed my life in the readings and studying his book on representation of art as a student. And so to know that Mary had studied with these giants is really quite wonderful. Throughout her career, starting in Oxford and Cambridge colleges, Mary created opportunities for women's social rights and has been fascinated by the role of women artists and the influence of early modern painters, particularly in Italy. It is difficult to describe Mary and her scholarly pursuits in a nutshell. She has a vast knowledge and an uncanny ability to remember everything she reads and hears. And we have these wonderful stories that we share whenever we have the opportunity with Mary. Under her direction as president of SACI, Mary helped acquire the Palazzo dei Cartelloni, our beautiful palace that you all know, and the Jules Madoff Palazzo on Sant'Egidio for the visual arts in 2006. And Jules Madoff is, as we probably all know, is the founder of SACI, and he couldn't be here tonight, but his spirit is with us. So we are all benefiting from Mary's invaluable contributions, and we are delighted and honored to have Mary provide her thoughts for our graduating students today.
Firstly, I want to congratulate the graduates on their achievement of earning an MA in art history, which will be conferred today. I want to commend your dedication, scholarship, and commitment to the research you have pursued and so excellently completed. And of course, I also want to congratulate the teachers who have followed and assisted that research. Today, I am representing really the SACI Board of Directors, and I'm here to convey from them their sincerest congratulations for your achievements. Over 27 years, I worked at SACI as dean, then director, and finally as president. And during that time, I witnessed the art history offerings move from single undergraduate courses to fully formed programs, and finally to a fully articulated graduate degree. I myself, as an undergraduate, was part of the beginnings of art history studies in England in the 60s. I was one of a handful of students to be part of the newly set up department at Cambridge University, and one of 7 students in the second year of the newly founded graduate studies at the Warburg Institute, part of London University. As a result, I had, as Stephen has just said, the honor of being taught by some of the iconic art historians of my day. Michael Jaffe, the great scholar of Rubens, Ernst Gombrich, author of so many keynote texts, Michael Baxendorf, Michael Podro, and so many others. The Warburg housed mostly those great Viennese intellectuals who had fled at great personal cost from Vienna to London during the war, bringing their great intellectual gifts to benefit students such as myself. And what an unforgettable experience that was. My particular professor, who only ever taught, I think, 6 students, was Otto Kurz. I don't know how many languages he spoke. It was certainly over 20. He had learnt Turkish in the British internment camp he had experienced. He was a total inspiration to me with his open-mindedness, his ranging scholarship, and extraordinary research. In this epic moment of alternative facts, his search for truth was exemplary. It was only years later, when I got to know Kurtz's daughter, that I also learned of his courage. While the other Warburg scholars had escaped from Vienna to London, he risked his life to cross Nazi Berlin by train, to meet Abby Warburg in Hamburg, to pack up the books of that great library on the docks and to ship them to London. And that library is still part of London University on Woburn Square and is still one of the greatest libraries in the world for art historians. It is designed specifically to help and amplify iconographic research. And so I was a young art historian like you. And I also remember my college gave me a travel scholarship so that I could visit Italy for the first time and see for myself the great treasures of Florence. I was given £37, and this really shows how things have changed. That lasted me for a whole month, and at the end I was able to buy a pair of jeans. I remember well visiting Florence in the boiling heat of August and gazing in wonder at Brunelleschi's great masterpieces, or coming by chance on Del Castagno's Last Supper, or gasping in amazement at the Bargello's treasures. I hope you have enjoyed the wonders of this extraordinary city and the inheritance Italy has given to humanity and continues to preserve. The incredible libraries of Florence are the envy of the world, with its unimaginable scholarly treasures like the National Archive, that has, I have just learnt, more secret diaries than any other library in the world. So today I feel very close to you as graduates, because through your research, doors open, understanding grows, questions and directions take new forms, and the hours of study will have laid down an unshakable foundation. I wish you well in your future careers and want you to always remember that although there is a nasty side to the art market of fraud and deceit, a real search for truth will give you a lifetime of strength that will not leave you. So on behalf of all at SACI, congratulations and all our support and blessings for your future achievements. Your studies have covered time and space and will be a milestone in your lives. Well done. Auguri.